doesn't worry us. Do you guys like this place? It's a powerful place, I tell you. So by God's grace, this is where we are going to be for a long time or for some time. Is it okay? It comes with a couple of advantages, so it's a blessing. Amen. By God's grace, the children's place is right here. It's a very big place, nice place. The restroom is upstairs. Yeah, so feel free to use that. There's men and women upstairs. Thanks be to God. Now there's a pastor's office right there. If you want personal time, you can sit down there. Amen. It's a blessing. And we have a very nice place here also. Don't worry about today. Today is the first day, that's why. Everything very soon we'll sort out after church. We'll sort out where everything goes so that we'll have a great time. Amen. Yeah, but you know, it's a blessing. It's a miracle. If I tell you what has gone on this week and what God did, you'll be surprised. Amen. But I tell you, our God works miracles. Amen. Yeah, God works miracles. Because as at Friday, I had no idea. And I had, the whole week I've been looking for a new place. You know, because of things you may not know. You know, looking Monday, Tuesday, then something will work out. Then I will find a place, then they'll give me the price. I said, oh, this one, it won't work. Then different things. Then I had hope. Wednesday, all my hope was brought to zero. Then Thursday, I'll try another one. Then Friday, I said, hey, reasons like, Charlie, this move must happen. You know. And Saturday, God was prepping something I hadn't even thought of. Amen. Yeah, so I was there, the lady called me that she's looking for. It's like, you as I'm looking, somebody is also looking.
Wow.
So I'll call, you know, they said, do you know anybody who is looking for a place to rent, you know, a church? I said, that seems like the person is talking to me. I said, wait, which building? Because we are having issues at this other place. So which building are you talking about? They said, oh, I said, I'm coming to take a look. So when I came, I saw everything. I said, look, this place is the solution to my weekly, the prayers I'll be praying. This is enough. Amen. We don't have to set up, break down. We shouldn't be in a hurry. Somebody will come and check on us that Charlie time and all those things. You know, we can be here. Now we can have our rehearsals here. You know, we have time. That person next to me. Now there's time. Yeah. So God has given us room, so we have to fill it. Amen. Yeah, we thank God so much. So last week I started to talk about 10 things that happen every time you tithe. Yeah, 10 things that happen every time you tithe. Do you remember? We were writing it. So what was point number 1? Every time you tithe, that's how it goes. Yeah, is it okay? So every time you tithe, what was point number 1? You what? And we're supposed to talk about it in our cell group. So everything I preach on Sunday, pick 1 or 2, 3, and talk about it in your cell meetings. Is it okay? So every time you tithe, you honor God. Is it true?
Yes.
Yeah. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 9 to 10. Yeah, God feels that, look, this person has honored me. So Bible says that anytime God feels honor on anybody, not even God, but even and when somebody feels that, I remember it was my uncle, I wasn't a pastor then, but my uncle was a pastor a long time ago. Long time ago. But he said that, hey, how am I even going to say it? He said that, Charlie, when a church member comes to bless you with a gift and you look at the gift and you say that, hey, this gift is too powerful. Then he said that I said, hey, the way your pastor will pray for you every day, just because of that gift, every day we'll be praying for you that you should do well. Long time ago, I remember he said that long time ago. You know, then it occurred to me that it's because the gift shows a lot of honor.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of honor. I said, actually, you have become his brother. Lord, let this person do well.
Wow.
Let this person do well. Let this person do well. So, in the same way, Charlie, are we moving the thing? Proverbs 3, 9 to 10, quickly. So, in the same way, when you do that, when you give your tithe, when you give your first and best, you honor God. Yeah. And Bible says that, and your barns will be filled with plenty.
Amen.
Yeah, you have more. And it's like you are giving, that you have more. And your vat will burst out with new wine. Because, look, if you want to, I don't know why we think certain things bring blessings, but God has been very clear what brings blessings. Especially a type of blessing. A type of blessing. If in our Bible school, there's a financial management class or course. Course to itself for a semester, right? Semester. Yeah, so course. And the financial management course, it's actually, I think it's 3 books. Do you know the book, He That Hath? If you've ever read that book, it's a very powerful book. You should check it out. He That Hath will be given more. And it's a very powerful book. Then the second book is Tithing. I think there's a third book, but I don't remember. It's Tithing. You will not understand how much when you tithe, you prosper. So you begin to tithe. And you consistently do it because of the Bible says that when you do that, the next verse, then your barns will be filled with plenty. I see your barns being filled with plenty in the name of Jesus. The day, at times you come, when you are sending money, you don't check your account to send money. Amen. Yeah, because that's what you think. You don't check your account to send money. Say, oh, you need it, no problem. Then you just Zelle. What is in your account does not matter. Wow. It will still go through. It will still go through, Brother Daniel. I see you receiving the blessing of being filled with plenty. Yes. And your presence burst out. Burst out means that what is already in there is already a lot. So as God keeps adding, the thing cannot contain it. Your bank account will never be able to contain God's blessings. They will keep coming and coming. So you will be a blessing to more people. How the best that you, why not? Blessing. Yeah. I didn't understand why tithing was a book in our financial management class. Like, so you become consistent with it. You see that it's so clear. It's so clear. Very sooner than later you see it. You see, it's in the beginning you won't see it. But time will show the difference, because the part in the beginning is like they're all next to each other. You know, then after some years, one person moves, another person moves, so we are like next to each other. So like next week, but very soon one day when you look back, see that one person is here, another person is on another path fully. Wow. Yeah. So it's like you, as you are not doing it, you can't tell. But what you do is that it's like if it's your press, it's like there's some small hole in your press. The thing is going, but you don't see it. It's going. Yeah. Wow. But that will not be your story in Jesus' name. And the second point, we said that when you give every time you tithe, you do what? You remember God. Right? Deuteronomy 8:18. Remember, God is the one who gives you the power to make wealth. Remember, yeah. Remember that it's God who gives you the power to make wealth. And you have to decide, when God gives you the wealth, He has given it to you to be a steward of it. Take care of it. Keep it. Take care of it. And Bible says that, do you know the requirements for stewards? Ask the person, do you want to know the requirements for stewards? Somebody who has been entrusted. One day I heard the guy, the Alibaba guy, the founder of he once said this. He said, look, when you become a billionaire, it's no more your money. Society has entrusted their money to you. Wow. So you have to behave. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. So even at that stage, like when you become a billionaire, the money you have is not, society has entrusted it to you. So the way you behave is very important, because it's society's money. But it looks like it's yours, but it's actually society's money. That's the way some. You see, you don't know the mentality of certain people. Why God gives certain people certain things? Yeah, you don't know. Wow. Yeah, you are there, just $1, you say it's yours. Yeah. Who is that? He said no. When you get that amount, when society has entrusted their money to you, but they say it's yours, but it's society's money. It's amazing. So you always have to remember, and Bible that when God gives you something to steward, the only requirement, the requirement is only one. Anything God gives you, the requirement is only one. Bible says that moreover, it is required in stewards that a man should be found faithful. Yeah. When God gives you something to take care of, He says that you be faithful with this thing. Yeah. And one of the things God looks at is how you are faithful with money. Yeah, Luke chapter 16 verse 10. Luke chapter 16 verse 10 that, and he who is faithful with another man's, I think that's how it starts. he who is faithful with another. So you see, he's trying to explain to you that I have given you the power to make wealth. I'm blessing you with the money. I'm blessing you with it. Yeah. So be faithful with it. Remember who gave it to you, and be faithful with it. Yeah. And one of the things to be faithful with, you are faithful to your spouse. Another one is your money. He that is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. That means if God gives you little, that is why when now you know that you have little, that is when you should be tithing. Yeah, this is the time you should be tithing.
Wow.
This is the time you need to learn.
Revelation.
Yeah, I remember it was my wife who came into my life that I became serious with the thing. In my household, my father tithes, my mother tithes, but they didn't teach me how to tithe. They do it. In fact, my mother tithes for me.
Wow.
Extended tithe.
She would tithe for herself, and then out of her own money, she said that this one is for my boy. So they never taught me, but I knew they did it. Yeah. So as my wife came, and then I hear a little bit at church. I said, "Charlie, today no money, and all that." Yeah. When my wife came, no money or not, God first.
Wow. What a wife.
Then I had to chat some. I said, "I will find a way that Charlie." Then I realized that the consistency. He who is faithful in the least, you are the one who will qualify for more.
Amen.
I see you receiving more in Jesus' name. God will intentionally give you this to see how you are faithful with it. You are the steward. Yeah. And he that is unjust in the least, if you don't take it with the little, God will not bless you with the more.
Wow.
Because he knows you won't take care of it.
Wow.
He said that it is not my money, it is society's money. You can't say that. I don't know. Me when I get my paycheck, I feel it's my money. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel it is. Then look at the next verse. Then the next verse says that this is what I want you to see. Tell the person, you watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Why are you so? If therefore you have not been faithful in unrighteous mammon, money, yeah. Or maybe you can give us a simple version so they understand. If you have not been faithful, God has entrusted you with that, and you have not been faithful. There is something called the true riches of heaven. Yes, there is something called true riches. God gives you little to see how you will take care of it. That is something that when God gives an opportunity to meet billionaires, you will see one of the things you know, they give a lot. In fact, they like giving so much. Sometimes they say that the amount of tax breaks they'll get from, but they give. They will give and give and give. But you won't know till you get close. If you are untrustworthy about worldly wealth, means God cannot trust you with wealth in this world. Who? At least not God, but who is going to trust you with the true riches of heaven? That means God, he cannot trust you at all. Because wealth in heaven is not much. Wealth in heaven has to do with your strength.
Wow.
Your time. The time you have only 24 hours. The 24 hours, 6 of them you are using to sleep.
Hey,
so with the 18, with the 18, how much you make, that is wealth in this world. If God cannot even trust you with that, I can assure you that there is something called the true riches that comes from heaven. He cannot trust you with that. The truth is that comes from heaven. It's like, it's like you are flying.
Wow.
Then something is, it's like you are being carried by the wind.
Wow.
How do you call it? Is it gliding? Gliding is the one you don't put any effort, but the wind is what is moving you. Yeah. I'm trying to explain to you that there is a wind that blows from heaven. That times the people who are trusting, who God trusts them with worldly wealth, that this person qualifies for true riches. So if you cannot, even the little, God has given you 10. One, he said the one, I need it. And God cannot trust you that you will get the one. I tell you, my greatest conundrum, is that a word? I think it means confusion. I don't know, today my English has come. When we are in a new place, that's now. My greatest conundrum, brother, you want to know, I've said it many times. The people who give a lot are always the ones who always have the money to give.
Wow.
It worries my math because I was a good math student. It really worries my math. It don't add up.
It don't make sense.
When you minus, you should reduce. But when they are minusing, they are the same people who are always giving.
Hey, how is that possible?
Then I realized that there is something called the true riches of heaven.
Wow.
Anytime you remember who gave you the worldly wealth, there is that person will trust you with the true riches. Yeah, with the true riches, will trust with it. How much? And that is why I say it's difficult when you begin to make an amount of money. It's so difficult. So now that you have the one, then you take the what is it? What 0.1? 0.1 is what? A dime. Is that a dime? When God gives you $1, you give him a dime. Yeah. Wow. When God gives you $1, you give him a dime. If he gives you $10, you give him 10 dimes. Then you keep on going. When you then you see the true riches, so that you can glide, so that supernatural power can carry you into places. Yeah, I tell you. So anytime you tithe, you remember God. You remember who gave you the power to be wealthy.
Amen.
And that person is looking for somebody to give the true riches to.
Amen.
No, I'm telling you, that person is looking for somebody to give the true riches. Hello. And the only thing he's looking for is trustworthiness. That you will give it back to the person he wants you to give it to. Yeah. I see you receiving the true riches of heaven. Amen. Every time you tithe, what's the third one? Every time you tithe, you worship God, right? It's an act of worship to God. Yeah, it's an act of worship to God.
Amen.
And I think we shared that in Deuteronomy 26. But let's go to Genesis chapter 14. Let's read that. Genesis chapter 14, verse 18. The first, sometimes we get confused. So I think it's confused because I'll see maybe if I can explain. That sometimes people say, oh, it's Old Testament, so we should not do it. You always have to understand the purpose. You must always understand the purpose. You see, tithing, not only tithing, but many other things were happening before God decided to make things law. Marriage was one of them. Sabbath, resting was one of them. So many things related to blood was one of them. Many of these things were happening before. Then God decided, because they had reached a season. Is it okay? Okay. I'm talking about Abraham. Abraham was the first person when Bible mentions tithing. When Abraham tithed, Israel was in his belly. Is it belly? Womb. Was in his womb. Israel was his grandson. Wow. He hadn't come yet. So tithing is an old thing. And it's always, if you want blessings, look, you need to engage in a heavenly transaction. Wow. You need to engage in a transaction with heaven. Because there's something called true riches. True. And anytime you want that blessing of prosperity, anytime you want that, you must realize it. That you must give your tithe. This one, I'm not going to touch it. This one, it is for God. So if you read Genesis chapter 14, verse 8, the first example, and Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine. The priest of the Most High God. The priest of the Most High God. Then the next verse. He blessed him. And said, he blessed him. So the priest blessed him. The priest blessed him and said that, blessed be Abraham. Blessed be Ella of the Most High God. The Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. Blessed. Look at the person and tell the person that you are blessed. You are blessed. Blessed is that person. So Abraham met Melchizedek, and Melchizedek blessed. This is way before we are reading many of these verses. Then what does the next verse say? So he blessed them, and he blessed the Most High God. Do you know what a blessing is? A blessing is somebody has pronounced good things concerning the word of God. I receive it. Or upon you. It's like, the person has blessed you, will do well. You will be the head and not the tail. You will prosper. Everywhere your leg shall tread, you will own that land. It's a blessing. That person says it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Yeah. So he said that, and blessed be the Most High God who has delivered your enemies into your hand. Blessing him that look, blessing God that look. God has delivered your enemies out of your hand. That even your enemies cannot face you. Even your enemies cannot fight you. That God is protecting you from your enemies. And so as he was receiving the blessing, the Bible said that, and blessed be the Most High God who had delivered that thing. The things had been said. And the Bible said that, and he gave the priest tithes of all. Yeah. So after he had received the blessing, look, I've heard great things. And I understand that heaven works with transactions. I need this thing to happen in my life practically. Yeah. Every time you tithe, always think of a blessing. Every time you tithe, engage heaven. Engage heaven every day. Don't engage heaven once a year. I'm telling you, engage heaven every time. So as you recently see the blessed Bible that he gave tithes, that he gave a tenth of all. Tell me of all. He gave it. He gave it. Why? Because he understood that the giving and the tithing, especially the giving beyond, it always attracts a blessing. It always attracts a blessing. Amen. That is why Bible says your barns shall be filled with plenty. Amen. Yes. And the person says, do you want a blessing? Look, it's not hard work though. Do you want to know why it is not hard work? Or you want to prove it to you that it is not hard work? Lift up your hand if you are here and you don't work hard. Is there anybody you feel that challenge me that I sleep laziness? So there's nobody here like that. Lift up your hand if you feel that your account where it is, it should be there for the rest of your life. Because you said you work hard. You are telling me you work hard. As you've been working hard, how has it been going with the accounts? I'm telling you, you need to glide though. You need to allow some supernatural thing to move you. Because your hard work, as you can see so far, it's not really doing anything. I'm trying to get you to think. Because don't wait 20 years to keep thinking it is hard work. You get there at the age of 40, then you realize that the hard work the thing is still gliding around the same amount. Gliding around the same amount. Hey, Charlie, the thing they glide around the same amount. They go small, before a pack, then they go small, pack, then they come. It's like, hey, me, how will I ever cross this? Yeah. How far has hard work brought the thing? He gave a tenth of everything he had because a blessing had been spoken. So that Charlie, I must engage this thing. I must engage this thing. May you engage heaven in a transaction every time you get your paycheck. I'm telling you, look, this I have received this. This is for the Lord. Try it and see. Be consistent with it. Hey, I'm telling you. When I felt I didn't have anything. Charlie, I asked myself, do I want peace at home? Because my wife is watching me. I said, no, Charlie, I want peace at home. Yeah, and now she doesn't need to. Now I give way more. Now sometimes she can look at me and she wonders. Wow. Because I've seen the power in it. Amen. Yeah, I've seen the power in engaging heaven. Yeah, I'm telling you, that is, I don't know of any other way to prosper. Wow. Because, what are you going to use? You are hoping to, when you finish your degree, I can show you a lot of people with degrees. A lot of people with degrees. They make $30,000, $40,000 a year. I know it looks like it's a lot. So you are coming. You are coming. It looks like it's a lot to you. Wow. When you hear that, I'm like, if it comes in my account, you are coming. You see, the divorces are waiting for you. The divorces are waiting for everything will be okay. Then your cars have to happen. They say $2,000. You have been striving almost 4 months for the thing to move to 2,000. Then it's like it's hovering around the same place. Yeah. I'm telling you, tell the person that you engage heaven in transactions every time. Engage heaven. It's a form of worship. Trying to thank God. He had just come out of a victory. God had delivered him from his enemies. Trying to thank God as a form of worship. He said, "Oh priest, please, this is the tenth of it. Please give it to the Lord." Amen. This is where God got the idea from. Maybe let me let everybody do that, because Charlie, when somebody gives me a tenth of what I really feel honored. Yeah. Hallelujah. Amen. Okay, next one. Every time you tithe, you show respect for holy things, right? Yeah, this is also in the same scripture, Deuteronomy chapter 26. Yeah, verse 13. Give me the NLT if you can. It says that certain things in your house are sacred. Certain things in your house are sacred. Yeah, can you give me the NLT? certain things, because here it uses Deuteronomy 26:13. Yeah. Certain things in your house are sacred. Anytime you tithe, you tell God that I respect holy things. This one, God said that it is mine. I need it to take care of my people. I need to use this to take care of my Levites. I need to use this to take care of the foreigners. I need to take care of orphans. I need to take care of widows. I need to use this money. There are people who need it. I'm telling you. You think you are struggling? Look at you. You have 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 ears, 2 hands. Do you know how life is usually for disabled people? Man, people who cannot see. Even you with 2 eyes, how is it to get a job? Ask the person with even your 2 eyes, how is it to get a job? Then what about somebody who doesn't have 2 eyes? I mean, who cannot see? How are they going to survive? Who is going to take care of them? Because surely it's not you, because you've not done it so far. So far, you don't have enough. So who is going to take care of it? Why? Those people, God didn't create them. So God said that, look, if I give you 10, actually I was giving you 9, but I gave 10 because hoping that you give 1. Yeah, so you need to always remember that this part, this thing, God said that it's mine, don't touch it, it is for my people. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Even with us, with everything, how easy is life? You know, and then people who don't have, who are blind, people who are deaf. I mean, as at your workplace, who at his workplace is working with somebody who is blind, as the person is making paycheck. So, have you thought of where they work? Where do they work? So, how are they going to make money? Or it's only rich people who give birth to blind people, so rich people take care of them. Or rich people take care of rich people are those people who give birth to deaf people, so that they take care of them. But then that's not my question. So I'm asking you, who will take care of them?
Who shall I say?
Oh, it's not a rhetorical question. I need an answer. Hey. Who is taking care of them? Who? Government is taking care of them. Which government? Maybe here we can say, okay, the government from back home taking care of them. Who is going to do that?
Stand on the roadside.
Yeah, they stand on the roadside to beg. Do you know how difficult it is for them? God just gave you 10. He said that, look, the 9 is okay. You can live on the 9. Just give 1. So that all these people can also be taken care of. Did you see the video? Reverend Steve Mensah, the Charismatic Evangelism Ministry, they are creating a village for disabled people. Did you guys see that video?
Wow.
Did you see it? Yeah. Oh. Do you have internet there?
Yeah.
So if I send it to you, we'll be able to find it through WhatsApp. Yeah, they are creating a village in Ghana. You know, when you say village, don't think of Ghana village, think of like when you pass by, they say something village, and it's just they built apartments for. Yeah, he's building a village for disabled people. You should see the architecture. I was so excited, and the village is only for disabled people. So why are they building a village only for disabled people? Don't bring yourself. You should see how they live. Yeah. I mean, how often would you go to a place and the person who sitting next to you is crippled? They don't pick those people for their type of jobs. So how would they survive? So that is why a church like Charismatic Evangelism Ministry, that's Bishop's best friend, where would they get the money to say that, look, let's build a village only for disabled people? Because the disabled people say that when they see you, they are discouraged.
Wow.
When they see another fellow disabled person, they are encouraged that I'm not the only one struggling. Yes. I mean, that's what they say. So when they see you and they will say that, oh, Charlie, even this guy, it's not easy for this guy than me, I'm dead. Yeah. So God is saying, I'm giving you 10. Give 1. And you are saying that it's because you don't have enough. Then how will God take care of these ones? And he said, think about it. He's only asking for 1. And he said, enjoy the 9. I mean, I don't know. When I think about it, you see, you need to understand the purpose of the thing. The purpose of it. So God is saying that this thing is holy. Respect it. It's holy. Respect it. Holy means don't touch it. It's holy. then you must declare, I have taken the sacred gift from my house. It's sacred. It's not. It should not be touched. It is in your house. Don't touch it. And he said that what? For my house. And I have given it to the Levites. I've given it to the foreigners. I've given it to the orphans. I've given it to the widows, just as you commanded me. God is the one who will take care of them. That question, I expected you to say, God is the one taking care of them. Yes, God is the one taking care of them. How is God taking care of them? You think you're not blessed. Don't let me show you a new website I found. They'll take how much you are making and tell you the number of people you are richer than in this world. You will see that high. Not showing you are actually very rich than a lot of people. With all the things you are saying you don't have. God doesn't ask for much. Not for himself. But God says that I've given you this. This one out of the 10 is sacred. Yeah. Tell the person that you respect holy things. Things are good place to put us together for Jesus. Yeah. Every time you tithe, you show your respect for holy things. And every time you tithe, you obey God. It's the same scripture. Right? Just as you commanded me, I've done it. I have not violated. Yeah, this is it. It was recently done. I think it was this week. Yeah, building that. This is for only disabled people. Village. You think that Ghana government will do something like this? No. Only a church which understands the purpose, and only a church which their members know their responsibility. But yeah, we are the ones who must do this. I'm telling you. Sometimes counselors, when we are counseling people, one of the first things we tell them is we ask them to check their sickle cell trait, or it was like the AA, right? AO, what do they call it? It's not AO or OA. So you are a doctor. There's AA and there's which one else? And AS. So you need to know if one person is AS and one person is AS. If you can have an SS.
That's one.
Yeah. If you have an SS, that's a sickle cell. And we try to tell you why we think we should discourage you. Because when you have a sickler in your house, it's not a small issue. When you have a sickler, not a disabled though. This is even a sickler. They usually may have everything. Yeah, we'll tell because you go to hospital a lot, this, so many things. So we told that Charlie, don't say we didn't tell you. Yeah, even sickler. The sickler is someone. Usually, I have friends. They have almost everything. Then somebody who cannot see, somebody who cannot walk. You have anytime you like, you walk. You want to play soccer. They want to play soccer. How do they play soccer? Yeah, who will take care of them? So we are even discouraging you not to involve yourself in one day taking care of a sickler. Then who will take care of these ones who are there? If it is not us, who will? Yeah. So anytime you refuse to tithe, remember that you are not respecting that holy thing God is saying that, look, I need you to take care of these people. Yeah. Is it okay? Amen. Yeah. Then what does the verse 14 say? The verse 14, Deuteronomy 26, we're right there, verse 14. If anytime you tithe, you are obeying God. That is what draws the blessing. Blessing comes when you obey God. The formula is simple. Blessing comes when you obey God. When God tells you to do it and you do it, you are blessed. Yeah, the blessing will come. Then he said, I've taken the sacred thing from my house. What does the verse before say? I've taken the sacred thing out of my house. I've taken it out of my house. Yeah. Yeah. And what you add, I have not transgressed thy commandments at all. I have not forgotten them. I know I have not forgotten that he said one out of the thing is not mine. I've given it. And the next verse says, I have not eaten it thereof. In my morning, I didn't eat it. Give me a simple version. I have not eaten therefore. When I was sad, I didn't eat the thing. Some of us, when it's like things are not going well, then we eat the sacred thing. Yeah, but the guy is saying, I have not eaten any of it while in morning. That means I was struggling. I didn't touch it. I have not handled it while I was ceremonially unclean. And I have not offered any of it to the dead either. Whether use it to go and do funeral. Yeah. I have obeyed God. And I have done everything he commanded me. Wow. You are thinking of the dead. God is thinking of the living. Yeah. So always remember that anytime you are tithing, you are obeying God. God is the one who is saying do it. Yeah. Don't be worried about whether if it is. Ask yourself, is it applicable in our day? Do we have such people in our days? I just asked you, who has seen a disabled person before? So they are there. They are in our days. They are there. Maybe you don't meet orphans, but they are also there. I can show you, visit some of the orphanages. You see that they are there. Yeah, I'm telling you. And we are the ones God has tasked us, if we can be faithful and say that, Lord, I'm obeying you, because God is thinking of these people too. He's thinking of you. He's blessing you. You don't know how much you are blessed. Yeah, you don't know how much you are blessed. So you see others who are not. Then you say that, hey, my story was not that bad. Hallelujah. All right. So what's the next one? Is that, I think that's where we landed, right? Every time you tithe, you appreciate full-time ministry. Yeah. Every time you tithe. Anytime you tithe, you appreciate full-time ministry. What is full-time ministry? One of the things you appreciate, the full-time ministry has to do more with the Levites or the people who serve in the house of God. Give me Numbers chapter 18, verse 20. Let's start from verse 20. Maybe that will give us a little bit of idea. Remember, we saw all the people, when you read verse 13, verse 20, read verse 2. Yeah. All the people that the tithe was supposed to help. Was supposed to help Levites, pastors. Pastors, they didn't have much. Especially, you see, me, I'm not a full-time pastor. So by God's grace, I have my. But there are some people who are full-time. And God is expecting that they will also be taken care of. Because the work needs full people who will give their all to the work. Yeah. So maybe some of the work, it may need somebody to do little. But some too. In fact, if we look at the things Jesus did, Jesus could not have been part-time to do it. Part-time carpenter, we could not have done those things. Yeah. Have you read the scripture and Jesus went about the villages preaching? You haven't have you gone about villages? How many times has a lay person had the time to go about? It's only a full-time person who can do that work. Can go here, go there, go there, go there, go there, go there, preaching. Yeah. So if we say that everybody has to work, then who will do that work? Because the people in what's the name of Columbia, Maryland, they also need GA. Is it Columbia? The one here, Missouri. There's Columbia, Maryland. There's Columbia, Missouri too, I think. Yeah, Missouri. They also need Jesus. So everywhere, some people fully serve God. It is only through our tithes. You see, this is the reason why God made it a law. You see, that's something that you need to understand the purpose. And you have to ask yourself, don't just say that we are not under. Ask yourself, is it still applicable right now? Think. They say that, oh, yes, it is. Then God is asking you, then how do you think? Abraham didn't have them. He even gave one to a priest because he knew that priests, that's all what they do. They don't work. Some of them do. So now he has a temple. He has told the Levites, a whole tribe, 1 out of 12, that they will not have any land. They will not have any business. They will not have any sheep. They will not have anything. How will they survive? Yeah. Do you think if God said that give anytime you like, these people will survive? Because as God has said give anytime you like, how much have you been giving? So God has to make it a law, or these people will die. So if you read that, and the Lord spoke to Aaron, he told Aaron, was the first priest, thou shalt have no inheritance in the land. All the Levites, they had no inheritance. They can't do, there is nothing. The only thing they did was church. Neither shall thou have any part among them. He told them that, look, don't even be involved in those things that they do. I am your parts, and I am your inheritance. God told them that, me, I am your inheritance. If God tells you right now that don't have anything, me, God, I'm your inheritance, it's the best blessing you can think of. Yeah. So then you ask yourself, what does it mean? What does it mean when God told them that I am your inheritance? Meaning that God was trying to tell that you have inherited me. Anything you do should be related to me. There are some people, Bishop, there are some people, Apostle John, many of these are pastors who are full-time. The only thing they do is church. Yeah. That's the only thing. The only thing they do is building the church, starting churches, training people, going here, having camps, conventions, traveling there, doing that. Everything they do is for the house of God. How will they be fed? So anytime you give your tithe, you tell yourself that I understand the importance of those people in my life. Yeah, in your life. Let's keep reading. Next verse, quickly. And behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tenth in Israel for an inheritance. Listen. Yeah. The tenth in Israel for an inheritance. You want me to read it again? I have given the children of Levi, a whole tribe, the tithe is that comes from Israel. That is their inheritance. They don't have anything. So the only thing is that God has told them, and I'm making it a law. If you make 10, 1 is for these people. They don't have anything. They're only serving God. Why? For their service which they serve, even serving in the tabernacle of the congregation, what they do, they don't do business, they don't do all those things. So remember that when you withhold, there are certain people, and thank you to our church, our tithe. See, me, it doesn't come to me, but there are people who need it. In villages where we all know that you and I, we won't go. But somebody has gone. And your $1, when they convert it to cedis, is a lot. It can handle them for a week. Yeah, I'm telling you. So he said, I remember them, serve them. The people who are serving. What are the next verse? People who are serving. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come near the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that anytime you tithe, you understand the importance of full-time ministry. You understand the importance of pastors in your life. You understand the importance of your church. Yeah, I'm telling you, you have no idea how much the church, or if you have a pastor, it's a blessing in your life. Yeah, many people haven't thought of it. Yeah. First, it's a father. Let me see if I can explain. Look, let me randomly pick, let me say 4 people. Maybe I feel that at least maybe here in the church, God has blessed them. They are blessed. When I ask them for $1,000, they'll give it to me today. Yes, I've some people like that. I'm going to show you something. Tell the person, you watch this. Watch what I'm about to show you. So let me call Elder. Brother Michael Santori, come. Brother Michael Santori, come. I'm going to show you something. Then my wife can come. So just 4 I'm going to ask them. I've not told them this, but I'm going to ask them something. Simple question. No, come here. Yeah. Simple question. This one is yes or no. You don't need to explain. This is what I'm saying. You see, when you don't understand, I'm trying to help you understand the importance of Levites or the importance of a pastor. If you okay, we have seen the ball on the when you were growing up, did you have a father in your life, active father in your life? Yes. Did you have an active father in your life? Did you have an active father in your life? You have an active father in your life. Yes, very good. You may not know that I'm telling you, sooner than later you'll discover that those who had active fathers in their life and those who didn't have active fathers in their lives, the gap is not a small gap. Yes, sooner than later. So you see, I just pick one number. It's either 100% or 90%. That those who had active fathers involved in their lives, not mothers they will all have, fathers, active fathers who loved them, want them, ship them, challenge were on them. This is how they turn out to. This guy is not a small guy. He's a director in Tithe. Director in Tithe, what? Professor in university, financial analyst. I'm saying that. This is what I'm saying. So even in life, listen to what I'm saying. Even in life, some of you, as you came, without an active father, you are already disadvantaged though. You may not know. You may say all those things, but I'm telling you, we have gone far and seen. that when the devil wanted to destroy families, he came for fathers. Yeah, if the father leaves, 90% of the time you are down for. Yeah. So what I'm saying that by the time you hit 20, somebody who grew up with a father in his life is here. And you who didn't have a father or an active father, so father, there, so you are here, somebody brought you. But active father involved your life, you are behind. It's the truth, I'm telling you. Accept it quickly. Then I'll tell you, I'm about to tell you something else. Amen. Yeah. Then, so if elder moves here, like if this is life, elder is facing this way, he's already ahead. The 100 meters is gone. And God knows that you are here. So ask yourself, when God sees this, is it your fault you didn't get an active father? It's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault, Charlie. When you came, the man was doing weed. It's nobody's fault. So God has to find a way to deal with this thing. So that is when God brings in pastors. Yeah, brings in a shepherd. That if you decide and tell yourself that, look, this person is my father, you see that all the things that, how do Catholics call their priests? Fathers. Yes, you don't thought of why. God is filling this gap. Yes. So what you don't understand, that if you have a pastor, especially one who is actively involved in God, oh, you are blessed though. Amen. Yeah, you see him as any regular thing. But he is, you see, and even this person here, but you see, by the age of 24, the biological father's influence is gone. You now ask yourself, when was the last time your father gave you advice or gave you warning like he used to? And you think at this stage you don't need warning. You need a lot. You need a lot of reprimanding, a lot of be careful. You should see when Reverend is talking, he said, be careful. I said, yeah. My father can't tell me be careful now. Yes. I mean, doesn't even know what is going on in my life much. He's done his foundational work. Yeah. So at some point going, that's the man that you say that, oh, this time, God, the one, please let me spend it. That's that person God has placed in your life to actively advise you, to actively watch you, to actively take care of you, to actively hold your hand to places. Oh, my pastor used to take people to places to find jobs. My pastor got promoted. My pastor in Philly got promoted. He got a new job. When he got a new job, he was manager. And then a manager, because my pastor is a materials engineer by profession. He got this job. Oh, I remember in our church, there were 3-4 guys, they had come from Ghana struggling to look for a job here and there. Then they'll find this job, they will be doing it, but it doesn't. Oh, I remember when he finished, he picked all of them. Yeah, like 4 guys. I remember. All of them, they were working under him faithfully for years. Then recently, I think it was this month or 2 months ago, I heard that my pastor had he had got another job, was no more there. Yeah, they had told me that, and the new guy who had come and fired 2 of them. Gone. You see, I'm trying to help you to understand something. You may disregard what a pastor is doing in your life, but I'm trying to explain that God is also wondering, as these people like Apostle, as they're giving themselves to their work. I am a product of Apostle Joel. If it wasn't for his full-time work, I wouldn't be here. So as you give, and you say that one, and God is saying that they don't do anything. So at this stage, this person going to need a pastor a pastor who, if your pastor can't face you, he's not your pastor. I'm telling you. If your father can't face you, he's not your father. Anybody who can face you, and God is bringing him closer to you as your father. Say, look, this thing you did is not good. I'm telling you, you need that person so much, because it cannot be that 20 years of your life is enough. 80 years of your life, nobody else can tell you what to do, or nobody else can tell you are wrong. You want the judge to tell you are wrong. No, somebody must tell you before he gets to the judge, because the judge is straight to prison. Yeah. So anytime we tithe, we are saying that I understand and I appreciate full-time ministry. Amen. Yeah. I'm telling you. So the only way, if you are here and you have an active father, to catch up, you need a pastor. That is why when the devil is after you, the devil goes for your shepherd. You may not know. I don't know where that scripture is. Matthew 26. Bible says that, I think somewhere this, it says that strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Who has heard that scripture before? Yeah. If the devil wants to scatter you, he's not after you. He's after your shepherd. Yeah, he's after your shepherd, I'm telling you. And when your shepherd is down, you are down for. You may not know. The person praying for you, the person watching you, the person, who is able to tell you what you should do. Yeah. Let's give a round of applause to that. Strike the shepherd, and the devil has time to scatter the sheep. Yeah. And I'm telling you, at least the last 3 weeks, I've been feeling some striking. Last Friday, Brother Michael called to encourage that Charlie Pastor. I always pray for you. I just want you to know. I said, oh, thank you. Thank you, because I've been feeling the strikes. And it's always nice. Yeah. You can feel that when the devil is coming for the person, when the devil is coming for me, Charlie, it's you is after. Yeah. So anytime we give our tithe, we are saying that we understand full time, and we need to give to help these pastors. They don't have anything. Yeah, they don't have anything. So every time, say that, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered. Yeah, when God wants to scatter you, believe me, He goes for the shepherd. Amen. Let me do the last one. Every time you tithe, you demonstrate your belief in eternity. Ask the person next to you, do you believe in eternity? Are you sure you believe in eternity? You believe that there is a life after this death? Yeah, anytime you tithe, you show that you actually believe that. Yeah, Matthew 6:19-20. Yeah. Bible says that store up your treasures in heaven. Can we get do you have internet? Does internet work well? Yeah. It's okay. Can we get the testimony? Not the communion, or you have it there? Already, yeah. Can we read it together? Are we ready to read it together? Yes. Okay, let's go. Ready, go. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. Do not store up your treasures on earth. Don't be your mind that you can save a lot here. I'm telling you, don't let that be your mind. Then what does the next verse say? Rather, so verse 20. Let's go, ready, go. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and thieves cannot break in and steal. So that's where you store. Anytime you give your tithe, you are storing up your treasures in heaven. It's your treasure. You don't want to keep it on earth, you are storing it in heaven. How does it work? Exchange it, give it to another person. Yeah. Anytime you give it to another person, it's stored up in heaven. How do you know? One day the rich man came to Jesus and he asked him that, what must I do to say that I've obeyed all the commandments? And Jesus told him that, what must I do to have eternal life? I've done all these things. Okay, Jesus said that, you lack one thing. Go and sell everything, give it to the poor, and come and follow me, and you will have treasures in heaven. Yeah. So anytime you give to the poor, you give. Yeah, and that is what the money is used for. Yeah. That is what the money is used for. Recently, Bishop came. It's a sad thing. Once, we went for a camp. Bishop was literally kneeling down. Do you want to know what he was asking for? He was kneeling down, and this was what he was just asking for. Can't you do just a little bit more? Can't you do just a little bit more? He was asking that everybody should give $10. He wasn't asking for 11. He wasn't asking for 20. He said that, can't you do, literally begging, can't you do a little bit more? If we can get 10 extra, all this it was for healing Jesus. This, as you saw the testimonies, as you went there, somebody's mother has been raised from the dead. All this, they can't you do just $10 more. Somebody was saying that the church will ask for money too much. I was like, hey, $10 oh. Ella, you just have to miss McDonald's once a month. $10. The church should ask for money too much. You know, it's like, why is this about money? I said, hey, $10 oh. Can't you do just a little bit more? And then it occurred to that the person doesn't see the benefit of the church or such a pastor like that in his life. Yeah, my life has changed since Bishop came to my life. Clearly. I mean, it's like night and day. That the person doesn't see the benefits. Yeah. But if you see the benefits of a church, of a pastor, of people in full time, yeah. You say that, oh, they ask for money to $10. BNP partner, $10. I told myself that, yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. But I'm telling you, when you understand and you value the church, you will never struggle to give $10. Yeah. Because people are giving more and they are still giving more and they cannot wait to give more. Yeah. Somebody told himself that where Bishop starts is where I start. Hey! So when Bishop starts at $200,000, he also gives $200,000. Yeah. And you are complaining about $10. Yeah. This is somebody who just doesn't understand the benefits of a church or the benefits of a pastor in their lives. They don't understand how this thing works. Yeah. Very soon when you understand it, you see that, oh, $10. Oh, I got you, cry. Yeah. This is when I said, oh, I got you, cry. No problem. Oh, we need to use it. It's like it's not even occurred to me that, Charlie, I remember this week as I was looking for a place for this place. Hey, sometimes I will go and find a good place and they'll give me the price. And I'll become afraid. Yeah, I become afraid because when I go and ask that, look, we want to move, this is the amount, they will show me that, just so you know, you've been doing this thing for 4 years. If you were a single church by yourself, you'd have closed down by now. Yeah, I've closed down by now because what comes in cannot sustain. So I'll be afraid of the Lord. Yeah. But I think it's because we do not understand the importance, yeah, of what the church is playing in your life, of what a pastor is playing in your life. So God is asking for one. It's like God is asking for too much. He's giving you 10. You didn't get it. He's asking for one. Yeah. So that's why this place I was happy because I didn't have to go to Rev to explain it. I said, I like it like that. It's the same place. I like it. I will take it any day. Yes. God, you have done a miracle because this one, I don't know how else I can raise up this conversation. Yeah. So I'm explaining to each and every one of us that look, the tithe, it's an important thing in our lives. When you tithe, all these things are happening at the same time. And I see you receiving that blessing in the name of Jesus. Let's be on our feet.